Can you get a divorce if your spouse lives in another country? Terrific question. My name is Akiva Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public. So please subscribe to our channel. You have to understand one thing. The very fact that somebody picks up and takes a powder and leaves the country doesn't mean you can't get divorced. If you have residency in that state sufficient to meet the statutory guidelines, you have a right to come to the court where you are and say, I want a divorce. It doesn't matter if they're in Timbuktu. You still have a right to ask for and be granted a divorce. Now, I'll grant you, sometimes it's more difficult than others. If you know where the person is in their cooperating process, that makes it great. If the person is living on a hut in some island somewhere, you can still get your divorce, but serving them with the notice that you're seeking a divorce, which is the service of process, that could become challenging. It is always helpful if we have a clear address, a clear designation where the person is. Sometimes there are little villages somewhere, and it's hard to locate a person, and that could create a little bit of a challenge in serving them. If there are challenges in serving, you can ask the court for alternative means of service, but that's really the wrinkle in getting someone divorced when they're abroad. You got to understand that there's certain international treaties like the Hague Convention and other things that impact how these things are handled and how it's done. You got to remember, though, even if you can't directly serve him, you can get alternative service. You can publish in the legal news and do other things that the court requires. And if you do that, the court can grant you a divorce by default. The fact that the other person decides to pick up and leave does not prevent you from getting your divorce and does not force you to stay married to him or her. Enforcing the orders across the border with respect to children and other things, that can be difficult too. But remember one thing, we got to get a divorce and we may have to get some court orders. So the court orders may relate to children or spousal support or child support or these kind of things. We got to do first things first, though. First, we want to get the divorce. We want to get the court to say, okay, you're divorced and you have the custody. Does it mean you won't be able to get support from the other person? Yeah, there may be challenges. It may be hard to get the support from the other person. Even if you can serve him, your ability to subpoena him and garnish bank accounts may be challenged by the fact that he or she doesn't keep a bank account, and they're across the world somewhere and living in a cave and you can't find them. If that's the case, it is true that the compliance with court orders may be challenging, but it doesn't mean that you got to stay in that marriage. You have the ability to get the divorce anyway, even if they are difficult to serve by other means. You can serve them, and then you move on with your life, and hopefully you move on to a better and a happier future. If you have any questions about that, reach out, and we'll be glad to help you out.
248-588-3333. 248